Guys, today we are working on the Integra again. Are you guys surprised? I'm not. So, we already got it torn apart and we have the supercharger completely out of the car. And what we're doing today is we're putting a catch can on. So, we got the supercharger off, manifold off, catch can parts. So here's our catch can from K Motor. It's an eBay one, but it's a pretty decent eBay one. We got some AN fittings. We got some plugs, or not plugs, some openings. So I'll explain these in a bit, but these are to replace the factory breather box and do a whole new setup for this. So I also got some supercharger oil, because we're just going to change the oil in the supercharger while it's out. I got some anaerobic gasket sealer and a tube repair kit. This isn't for this. This is for my broken heart. So I actually started leaking at the intake gasket again, and I remember how I put RTV on here, like everyone on the internet said to do. That was a lie. Look, none of it even sealed. I haven't even tried cleaning this yet. This is literally how it came off. It's all stuck on the metal parts. So I talked to some more people that track their cars with the JRSC, and they don't even put sealant on this gasket. They run it dry, and it's reusable. They've had massive success with it. So we're going to do that this time instead. So those threaded ones with the holes in them, with the ports, they're going to go. So we're going to be deleting this box right here, where my screwdriver is. We're deleting this breather box, and we're going to plug this hole right here. Then back here, there's a plug here. There's just like a threaded plug in the block, and there's another one down here as well. They're hard to see just because it's kind of messy with the harness. When we pull those off, we're going to put those fittings in, and that creates new ports in the block for crankcase pressure to be released through, which will then go to the catch can, and then the catch can is just going to vent to atmosphere. So B series are notorious for really high crankcase pressure, especially when you boost them, and this factory breather box setup kind of amplifies the issue. And then on top of that, Jackson Racing's kind of like porting that they worked with isn't very good either. So going to a completely isolated catch can setup should alleviate a lot of the oil burning issues I have. I noticed that autocross actually started burning less towards the end of the day, and I think the rings were starting to set in a little better because these are aftermarket rings that are extremely hard metal. But the catch can is a must. I've talked to a bunch of other people, read a bunch of forum stuff, and just like a catch can is going to be, without one, I'm burning a lot of oil right now because of that. And I've even popped out the cam seal once already from crankcase pressure. I've lost a couple oil caps. So this should really alleviate all the issues I've been having with this car. So let's get to it. That custom gasket I built did pretty good actually. I already cut this part off, but it literally, when it came off, it bonded so good that it literally split the middle of the gasket rather than where the silicone was. So I'll count that as a win in my book. Alright, so now we're going to pull the oil out of the supercharger. So it just has this little Allen here. We're gonna pull it off. Oh, that's it, huh? That is all I pulled out. That's a Powerade bottle, one of the bigger ones. Yeah, that's all I pulled out. This is 4 ounces of volume here. It needs to be closer to that. Well, good thing we're doing this now. Ooh, totally off topic, but I got a wing for the car also. Finally, I put a wing on it. This is gonna be like the car's running. Now I'm allowed to put a wing on it, and it really writes it out. It's the same color code, dude. It's super cool. Got it for like $100 on eBay. Stoked. Okay, back to this. So we're gonna pull off this now. We're gonna pull the actual screws out of the supercharger. We're gonna grease the bearings up and yeah, reseal it. Oh, look at all that. Oh, that looks pretty good in there actually, nice. Got engine oil in there. That only means one thing. It's blowing by, and that's why we need a catch can. At least these are nice and lubricated. That's kind of cool to hold actually. I've never held one of these before in my hand. Someone's gonna be like, you're not supposed to do that. And then I'm gonna be making a third part to pulling off the supercharger. Anyway, super cool. Nice and clean inside of there. Gonna put a little bit of grease back onto these guys. That's why I opened it up really. And just to check out the condition and everything. don't really have any sealer on there, huh? Sealed fine. Everything's looking good though. Bearings sound good, so it's just some grease should help them. Alright guys, so I just put anaerobic sealer on here. Now we're going to slide these back in. I greased up the bearings, so let's go ahead and put this guy in. Just need to spin a certain way. Okay. There we go. A little oil drip back out. I want to make sure that surface is clean. Right here. Because I do not want to reseal the skin for quite a while. Next time I pull this out, I might do a fresh rebuild, but all the bearings look good. I think the next time I pull the supercharger out is to install some sort of cooling kit onto the manifold. But the company that was known for building these back in the day doesn't do it anymore. But I do know one gentleman I've raced with before who knows how to build it and is a fabricator. But that's longer down the line, so. Okay, so this bad boy's all sealed up. We're going to let it dry for a little bit before I fill the oil, so let's go tackle the engine bay. So, first thing of matter, we're going to take this box off, and then we're going to take the plugs off. We definitely got a lot of oil running through these lines, and they eventually get sucked in by the vacuum of the motor. Here. Or they might even get pressurized just because this routing is really weird. Holy crap. Oh, it feels like it's rounded out. Alright guys, we got that all out. There's the one opening, there's the port from the breather box. So now what we need to install is this is going to block where the breather box used to be right here. We're going to put a little bit of silicone around that, plop it in. These two right here go into those plugs. These are the plugs here, and they're kind of nasty to get off. They're like, I don't know why, but the 14mm that was recommended did not fit in there perfect, and they almost stripped out, as you can tell. Luckily, they both came out, and these are going to replace them. So let's get these on. Alrighty, let's see here. Oh, that's gonna be a tight fit. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get some pressure on there. There we go. If you're just a man about it, who would have thought? Next part's gonna be tough though. Alright guys, I got the hoses routed. It's quite tight actually. So we got rid of one complicated circuit and got another one in there. Anyway, I got a bulk of hose on here, and I just got a bunch going all the way out because I still haven't figured out where I want to mount it, and it's going to be easier to figure it out while the supercharger's back in the car. So I'm going to get that back in now, and then we'll kind of figure out where this is going to end up going. Alright, supercharger is resting in here now. And I had a small heart attack because I went to go spin it and didn't want to spin, but then I forgot I didn't fill it with oil, so I filled it with oil and now it spins freely. Okay, so I got anxiety to the max. I'm going to put this manifold on, torque it to spec, not put silicone on it, and hopefully never have to do this again for quite a long time. Not maybe, let's hope this lasts to the end of the year, yeah? And this winter I can tear it apart if I want to do something. Okay guys, it is back in again. This is a pain to put in every single time. Yeah. So I'm going to finish buttoning everything up, and then we have this excess hose right here, and then we'll figure out where we want to mount the catch can. And I'm guessing maybe over here somewhere is going to be my best bet. It's going to be a little annoying to have to drain it every time, but that's the only place I see room. And then seeing that, I might zip tie it onto one of these brake lines right now, and then next weekend I'll go over to a friend's house and we'll fabricate something, since I can't do it tonight. Alright, looks like I got everything buttoned up. I'm gonna crank it over, double check real quick that it fires up fine before I go any further with this guy here. So yeah, let's go in there real quick. Crank it over. Do 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 do. Okay, let's see here. We got power. I got the kill switch engaged, so crank's fine. Now let's engage the fuel pump. And it's quiet. Intake gasket is not leaking. I don't know what pulley's making a noise. I checked them all. But I might just spray something because I spun all the bearings and none of them made a noise. So, give it a quick blip. Okay, that's good news there. Alright guys, so going through this, going here would be cool, but for the drain back to work, I wouldn't have any room for my hands. And same thing with putting it here. Mounting it here would be kind of nifty, but I need to make a bracket for that, and it's kind of cluttered already. Nah, I don't know about that. Now I thought about going inside the wheel well, and the front would be less preferred in case there's something that happened or when this goes to full lock and rub. Going to the rear is less likely, but just in case, if for some reason like I blew the vent off at the top or a hose started leaking, I'd be shooting oil vapors, which would eventually get the tire oily, which I don't want to risk that. So I think I'm going to settle on right next to the battery right there. So I'm going to make a mock mount with zip ties and just kind of see how that works and go from there. I kind of want to relocate the oil filter because of this. That'd be nice. So, especially one thing you consider, I have the bracing, the triangulated brace. And so I wouldn't be able to mount it there either. That would not work because of that triangulated brace. So I'm going to zip tie it up there, put the brace on. Maybe the brace might make a good mounting point also, but I'm going to just send it like this for now to see what happens. Alright guys, I got an idea. What about right here? This area right over here, right by the air box. So my thinking is, I have room to get underneath that's tight, but room to get underneath if I need to drain it. And then getting a hose clamp like this, and then welding on a custom fixture to hold this guy on and to hold it rigid. I need to cut down the hose a little more for that to work perfectly, but I think that'd be a good idea. So it should be able to, getting it low enough I can clear the hood, or even make something kind of quick release-esque where I can quickly pop it off, drain it, and put it back. And then also, if I ever need to do maintenance, which probably will, I'll need to make a quick release so I can quickly get it off. Yes, good job everyone, that was a great idea. So for now I'm just going to zip tie it there and send it and just kind of see if that's a good spot in general, but I think that'll work really good actually. Alright guys, we're going to let the cooling system bleed now, and we're going to, while it's doing that, because everything is running fine it seems, we're going to put that wing on. So let's fire this bad boy up. Turn the heater on. Full blast. And now we wait. Let's put the wing on. So as some of you guys know, I'm an engineering student and I'm working as an engineer right now. And sometimes engineers are really smart and sometimes we do some really dumb stuff. Today's one of those times where we did something dumb. And that would be, I'm mounting my wing and I'm bleeding the cooling system of the car. And cars have exhaust systems at the back of it, and there's no ventilation here. So, I haven't been high for a while anyway, so what the hell. Anyway, what's really cool about the Type R, these little indentations right here, are the holes I need. They're already lined up for me. How easy is this? I like Hondas. Why can't the motor be more Honda-esque? Look how Honda that is. Also, this is an original GSR. This car is. But this wing, or this hatch, has no wing on it, and there's no holes in it. And the VIN on here, every body panel, not everyone, but a lot of the body panels in this car have the VIN on it. This one is different. So either someone stole the hatch off this car in the past, or someone just wanted to go wingless and they found a wingless hatch. I don't know, we're putting a wing on it. So the wing's pretty good guys, but one thing, and the bolt holes didn't line up properly like they should have. One of them did, one of them didn't. So as you can see there, you can just see the bottom of the wing. And the same thing for this side here. So one bolt goes in, one didn't. So I got 3M double-sided mounting tape and went around it and used the one bolt. And not today, but I'm gonna go get some self-tappers, something, I don't know, and get that a bolt in there as well. But let's see how it looks. Oh, that's taller than I thought. Yes. That is just what this car needed. That was literally what the booty department was missing. Oh, yeah, wow, that changes the characteristics of the car a lot. Huh. Yes, yes, yes. See it from outside, it's a mess here. It's not a mess here, it's nice and clean. It's a mess here though. Yes, that is perfect. That is literally all this car was me. The front end was so aggressive on this ITR with the lip and stuff. And the rear end was so like lackluster. The wing did it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna clean up this garage. We're gonna go for a drive, and I think next video we'll do a car review on this guy. So, anyway, guys, I thank you guys for watching. If you guys like Honda builds, you guys like drifting, you guys like track, you like car reviews, please like and subscribe.